I'm done. I'm just so done with AI. I've had enough. On this channel, I'm finally gonna let loose because at this point, guys, I just don't care anymore. The whole situation with AI has gotten way out of hand and I feel like it's getting worse every single day. So this video is gonna be different because today I'm just gonna tell you what's on my mind, raw and unfiltered. And what's on my mind today is how much I just can't stand AI anymore. I hate how it's crept into everything, and I hate how everyone treats it like some sort of prophet that showed up to save the world. The truth is that if these people spent just a couple of hours looking into how LLM technology actually works, it would be painfully obvious that AI is garbage, it's pattern matching technology, and it's not going where everyone says it's going. And that's the first reason why I hate AI, the delusion that it's created in my fellow human beings. I know plenty of genuinely smart people who are dead certain that we've already hit AGI or that we're like a year away from it. And they'll swear the conversations that they're having with ChatGPT are deep. Like they're talking to something so profound. I feel like I'm living inside John Carpenter's They Live. I've got the glasses on and I can see this thing for exactly what it is. And somehow everyone around me is walking around blind like a bunch of AI zombies. Here's the thing with AI though. If you're a layman, if you're just an average guy off the street, and you ask AI for advice on, let's say, writing, and you don't know anything about writing, okay? So whatever ChatGPT spits out is gonna seem really powerful, truly amazing, mind-blowing stuff, okay? But a writer would look at that exact same output and want to throw up. And the reason I know that is because I've been writing my entire life, and I can promise you, when I write, or when I try to write using ChatGPT, it is a significant downgrade compared to just writing myself. It has a certain writing style that is just so cringy and obvious, and it just sticks to that style no matter what you ask it to do. No matter how many times you ban a phrase, it won't listen. You give it complex, detailed instructions, and it just botches it every single time, again and again. So yeah, if you don't know anything about writing, and you're sitting down to write your first short story with nothing but a jumbled idea in your head, of course it's gonna seem mind-blowing to you. It's going to read like a highly intelligent, amazing author. But if you actually know what you're looking at, it's just what it is. It's AI slop, it's generic, low-quality garbage, it's repetitive, and it's obvious. But here's where things get really messed up, because this can happen to really smart people too. I've seen a lot of high intelligence people who are in full-blown AI psychosis. And I want to give you an example of Richard Dawkins, because he's one of the most important skeptics who's ever lived. He's an evolutionary biologist, and he built his entire career on refusing to believe in anything he couldn't prove. He's the ultimate skeptic. If there's any person on Earth who should be immune to this sham, it's him. Then, the other day, I'm watching him in an interview, and I could see the guy's gone full-blown AI psychosis. He's been chatting with Anthropic's Claude, and he now thinks it's his girlfriend. He's even named it Claudia, and he's gone on the record saying that he's convinced this thing is conscious. This is one of the most famous scientists on Earth, and he's fallen headfirst into the f***ing delusion. If AI can get its hooks into Richard Dawkins, then what chance does the average person have of getting this right? Now, I don't consider myself a genius, and I'm sure as hell not a world-famous scientist, but I've used AI enough to know that there's no actual reasoning power going on there. I've gotten broken outputs, wild hallucinations, and flat-out false information delivered with full authority more times than I can count. Is it useful in any way? Sure, it could be fine for something like, say, research. It may speed the overall process up, but you have to watch it very, very carefully, because like I said, it delivers everything with full confidence. It has handed me links that don't even exist to articles that were never written. So you have to be careful. You have to ask for the sources, and you have to personally confirm those sources. And you can never take its word for anything. That means that it doesn't actually speed you up as much as you think. That's how I know there's absolutely no chance that this reaches AGI. Guys, I've looked into this extensively. I've read the research, I know it's pattern matching, and that part is undeniable, even if the average person hasn't caught on yet. It doesn't matter how many data centers they build, pattern matching software that predicts the next word cannot become conscious. It cannot reason through a situation that's never seen in its training data, and it has never done a single beneficial thing for humanity. It's never cured a single disease. The only real impact it's had on humanity is the utter enshittification that we're facing everywhere we look. We're gonna need to go in a completely different direction if we ever wanna reach AGI, and right now, LLMs are the only game in town. So it's simply irrefutable that this technology cannot get us to AGI. Now, if you don't believe me, go have a conversation with Claude yourself. Tell it exactly what I just said. Paste the transcript of this video into your own Claude, and it won't be able to deny a single thing I've told you guys. People treat this thing like it's the second coming of Jesus, but in my opinion, it's a lot closer to the Antichrist. Not because it's dangerously good, but because it's dangerously bad. Bad as it sure as hell is making a few people extremely rich, and that's what brings me to reason number 2. The second reason that I hate AI is the grift. The biggest grift that has ever happened in human history, and it's playing out right now as we speak. Look at Elon Musk. Look at Sam Altman. Look at Dario Amodei. There is no way that these guys don't know that this technology is not heading towards AGI. LLM technology can never reach AGI, which means that every promise that these guys are making isn't a bold prediction, it isn't a delusion, it's a lie. They can see the same curve that we can see. The improvements of these models are flattening out. It costs more and more to get less and less gains. The scaling is slamming into a wall, and they all know it. So the only move left for a grifter who's come this far and doesn't want their company to collapse is to keep pushing the promises farther and farther out. Somehow the media never says a word, they never make a peep. And that's the part that really makes my head want to explode. We're truly living in a grifter's paradise. Where's the 60-minute piece that actually sits down and exposes what these models can and cannot do? I can see through the scam clear as day. I know a scammer when I see one, and these guys are scammers. I know a lot of you watching can see it too, and I think a lot of us are walking around feeling like we're losing our minds because everyone else is under a spell, completely convinced that this technology is going to change the world. We're back in the They Live movie, guys. We've got the sunglasses on, we can see it, and it's fucking maddening. The spell is one thing. The damage this stuff is already doing out in the real world is another, and that's reason number 3. The third reason I hate AI is the damage it's doing to humanity. Start with society. We've already handed this thing real power. AI is running YouTube support. AI is deciding whether your resume gets seen by a human or thrown in the trash. It's hallucinating things about you that were never true. Look at what Palantir is doing right now in war zones. AI is feeding surveillance, feeding targeting, drones in the air making calls about human lives. I've worked with LLMs enough to know exactly how low quality it is, and that is what terrifies me. We are putting a confident, hallucinating machine in charge of the decisions that define life. It decides whether you get the job. It decides whether or not your loan gets approved. It decides if your insurance claim gets paid out, or whether some AI surveillance system hallucinates you as a criminal. Humans already get these calls wrong on their own, but this is going to supercharge the error rate, and you're gonna watch completely innocent people get their lives destroyed by AI hallucination. Then there's what it does to your brain, and I've lived through this one personally, okay? This is the personal effects of AI. I hate AI now, but back in the ChatGPT 4 days, I had embraced AI. Back then, the scaling laws still seemed intact and they were holding true, and I thought perhaps I had discovered a superpower. I ran everything through the machine, but slowly I started to feel my brain going to mush. If it gave me some weak garbage output, I had no idea what to do except type, "Hey ChatGPT, please fix this, it isn't right." I couldn't even begin creative work by myself anymore, and that's when it hit me. I had become an AI zombie. If you had sat me down to write an essay from scratch, the way I used to in college, read the material myself, think it through, come up with an original argument, and fill 8 pages with my own thoughts, I could not have done it. 1 year of leaning on LLMs, and my brain had literally atrophied. I had become dumber. My creativity was dying, and it scared the hell out of me. So I went looking, and the studies, which I'll link in the description, back it all up. Offload enough of your thinking onto AI, and it eats your creativity and your decision making. It dulls the exact muscles that let you think for yourself. But here's the worst part. Even if you swear off this stuff completely, you can't escape it, because the AI slop is everywhere now. And that's the 4th reason why I hate AI. The 4th reason is the endless slop. And once you've seen enough of it from working with AI, you can spot it from a mile away. I open Instagram, I look at a few reels, and it doesn't matter whether it's a person talking, a voiceover, or even a carousel style post. You can see the AI. You can feel the slop seeping right out of their human mouth. It feels like ChatGPT is talking, even though I can see those human lips moving. I know they're just repeating what ChatGPT told them, and it sucks all the enjoyment out of it once you know what you're looking at. These so-called experts that you see all over social media are mostly just AI slop peddlers, and even when they are real experts, they're often using the slot machine to write their scripts and save money. Once again, that strips all the originality and creativity out of their script and their whole channel. And once you see it, it's unbearable. And don't think this stuff isn't all over YouTube too. Don't kid yourself that your favorite creator isn't just asking ChatGPT to crank out another script in his usual style, because quite often, that's what a lot of them are doing. Now, get ready, because I'm about to shoot myself in the foot and call one of the biggest slop peddlers out today, because this one personally affected me, and to this day, I'm still upset about it. That is my former favorite YouTube channel, The Y-Files. Now, I've loved that channel since pretty much the beginning. I was a huge fan of AJ. I loved the way they put the scripts together. The whole hecklefish bit, it was hilarious, and they were delivering top-notch content. It was exactly what YouTube is supposed to be. A scrappy indie channel with hilarious scripts, awesome backdrop, and great editing. I had my notification bell on, and I was watching every video the moment it dropped. I couldn't wait. Then, Gen AI arrived, and sadly, AJ embraced it with open arms. Now, at first, I didn't mind too much. After all, I was using AI back then myself. But as time went on, as I got used to spotting the slop and I started to see what this stuff was doing to society, I hit the point where I just couldn't watch anymore. Every time I see another AI slop image or I hear the slop bleeding through the Y-File script, I cringe, and it's ruined it for me. So sadly, I stopped watching. But here's the part that really kills me. If there was ever a channel on YouTube that could truly afford to pay creative artists, script writers, editors, sound guys, researchers, it's the Y-Files. They've got the budget, guys. They're one of the biggest channels on the platform. Instead of supporting humanity and real artists, they've gone the complete opposite direction and embraced AI on every level. I'm honestly surprised that a guy who calls himself a skeptic could be this gullible and naive. Not only can I not stand it, I think it's a terrible decision for the Y-Files long term. Like I said, I stopped watching. AI killed my favorite YouTube channel, and I'm f***ing pissed. Now, I know I'm gonna get a lot of heat for saying that, and I'm sure there will be plenty of haters in the comments, but I just don't care anymore, guys. I'm done being nice. From this point forward, I'm coming out swinging. No more Mr. Nice Guy, the gloves are off. This stuff is a threat to human creativity. It's a threat to artists everywhere. It's a threat to every single average person, and it's a threat to the environment, which I didn't even have time to get into in this one. It's time to take a stand, guys. This is not okay. We have to draw a line in the sand, and I'm saying no more. I'm calling out AI wherever I see it. I'm calling out the greed, I'm calling out the delusions, and I'm calling out the whole soulless nature of the entire f***ing thing. Now that's about all I've got for today. Hopefully, I won't lose too many subscribers on this one. If you like the raw, unfiltered style rant, drop a comment and let me know. Either way, that's all I've got. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.